Manchester bar owner shot dead. A 47-year-old bar owner and operator was shot and killed by a gunman inside her establishment in the usually serene community of Williamsfield, Manchester on Monday afternoon. Dead is Wendy Harrison. According to the Manchester police, a lone gunman entered Harrison's bar and fired several shots, one of which hit the businesswoman in the head. The lawmen are now investigating the motive for the killing. Less than 2 weeks ago, businessman Dane Sampson was shot and killed at his family's jerk center in Williamsfield and his firearm stolen. Sampson's father was also shot and injured. Preliminary investigations suggest that the killings are not linked, the police have said. This brings to 3 the number of gun murders in Williamsfield in weeks following the discovery of a man who was shot and killed in a house in the land settlement area. "It is really worrying. I don't know what is happening," said a resident from an adjoining community who requested anonymity. "The number of killings, especially of business people, is a concern. I just want the police to catch the killers, because until they do, we are all in danger." 1 dead, 2 critically injured in 4-vehicle crash in Trelawny. 1 person is dead and 2 others critically injured after a 4-vehicle collision along the Bengal Main Road in Trelawny on Sunday. The deceased has been identified as 23-year-old Jerome Sampson of retirement St. James. According to the Rio Bueno police, about 6:15 p.m., the driver of a Toyota Corolla motorcar, in which Sampson was a passenger, overtook a line of traffic. He subsequently lost control of the vehicle, which then collided with a Toyota Axio motorcar. A Toyota Lexus motorcar that was traveling in the opposite direction then collided with a Toyota Probox motorcar. All 3 passengers in the Toyota Corolla were taken to the Falmouth Hospital, where Sampson was pronounced dead, and the other 2 admitted in critical condition. Sampson's death brings to 16 the number of road fatalities recorded in Trelawny since the start of the year. Personnel assigned to the traffic department of the Trelawny police are investigating. Head-on collision in Ocho Rios. At 4:30 p.m. yesterday, there was a head-on collision on the Northern Coastal Highway in Ocho Rios, St.Ann. There were no details at news time. Grandma allegedly stabbed to death by grandson's friend. A bloody domestic dispute in Marley District in St. Anne's Bay, St.Ann, on Sunday night resulted in the stabbing death of a 63-year-old woman and the wounding of her husband and son. The deceased has been identified as Pauline Bingham Brown, an office attendant of Marley District. Reports are that about 10:20 p.m., Bingham Brown was involved in an altercation with a grandson of hers. The dispute later escalated, and at one point, a friend of her grandson allegedly used a knife to inflict a wound to her upper body. Bingham Brown's husband and son both intervened and were also stabbed during the incident. Residents later alerted the police, and the wounded persons were assisted to hospital, where Bingham Brown died while undergoing treatment. Her husband and son were treated and released. It is not immediately clear if the attacker is in police custody at this time. Freed Usain gang accused shouldn't have been tried, says attorney. One of the attorneys representing the accused Usain gang member, acquitted in the Home Circuit Court yesterday, has said that his client shouldn't have been tried in the first place. Sheldon Cripps was freed by Chief Justice Brian Sykes, who noted that the witness had issues identifying Cripps as being a part of the criminal activities for which he was on trial. Following court yesterday, attorney Xavier Leveridge said he wasn't surprised by the verdict. Mr. Cripps has been in custody since 2017, and from that time, identification was an issue, so much so that he went on an identification parade and was not positively identified, Leveridge said. The prosecution had no evidence against Mr. Cripps, but for whatever reason, they decided to continue the matter against him. Again, While we are not surprised, we are elated for the young man, Leverage added. 15 other accused, including a female and a police officer, Constable Lloyd Knight, and alleged gang leader Usain Wilson, remain before the court. Sykes is currently summarizing the evidence from the trial that started in May 2019 to determine the guilt or the innocence of the accused. The Chief Justice has already found several of the accused persons not guilty on the over 3 dozen charges against them. The Crown has alleged that the accused are part of a criminal gang which conducted a string of robberies across sections of the island between 2015 and 2017, which netted them $400 million. 16-year-old charged with robbery in St. James. Reports from the Montego Bay Police are that about 12:45 p.m., the complainant was walking along the roadway when the 2 males who were traveling on a motorcycle stopped. The pillion allegedly got off the motorcycle, brandished a firearm, and robbed her of cash and 2 cell phones before escaping in the area. A report was made to the police, and the men later picked up. Guthrie was pointed out on an identification parade on Monday, September 21st, and the minor pointed out on Wednesday, September 23rd. The minor also gave a caution statement. They were subsequently charged and will appear before the court at a later date. Usain Bolt drops his signature Puma by Usain Bolt Ralph Sampson sneakers. Usain Bolt's signature Puma sneakers have been released. The sprint legend shared several photos of his friends, including Ricardo Gardner and Ian Pepper Goodison, wearing their Puma x Usain Bolt Ralph Sampson sneakers. For some time, Bolt has been showing off the sneakers that are now available on the Puma website for US $100. In the description of the shoe on their website, Puma said, "Two larger-than-life icons come together in one court-inspired street-ready kick." The signature basketball shoe of Hall of Famer Ralph Sampson joins forces with Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt, representing the power of sport to unite the world. Colorful detailing pulled from flags around the world and Usain Bolt's signature stamped at the side take this archive classic from the court to the podium. Puma also said that as a part of the launch of the new collection, they would be pledging US $100,000 to the UN COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. TJ celebrates his 26th birthday.